Good morning, 5 a.m. walk, nice and early. Week 6 update. So how am I going? What worked? What didn't work? If you're coming back from a crash, this could be really useful, to see what works and what doesn't. As time goes on, I'll tell you exactly what I did, what I didn't do, what worked and what mistakes I made. So what is working? Well, this week has been actually a really good week. Really good week in a sense that I got back on the bike. I was outdoors. Got about 105, 108 Ks or something like that in over 3 rides. The volume doesn't matter, it's more the consistency. So that was really good. Mentally also fantastic to be back on the bike and have that sort of fresh air and just being out. Did feel quite vulnerable. Obviously there were times where going around some blind corners and stuff, I just can't afford to come off again right now. So that did make me feel a bit vulnerable. But overall, really good experience. Went up with my older son and one of our other mates came out as well for a ride. Really nice to be back out. The other thing I'm doing is I've started doing some bodyweight gym stuff again, which has been absolutely great. It's not about getting stronger, it's just about maintaining. So might be a bit of a laugh for some, but bodyweight exercises, as a cyclist, if you're not doing them, you really should. They before the crash, they were part of my normal routine as well, and really helps with strength, a bit of explosive movements and such things. Obviously right now I'm not doing the explosive movements. I just did bodyweight lunges, bodyweight squats, calf raises, and split squats. So I've just been working on that to try and maintain some strength. And it's the same with the bike riding right now. It's more about getting back into it, about creating a routine, maintaining what I have at the moment. And with the cycling also, it's very much a case of also rebuilding my base now. So I go into a normal base phase rebuild at this time of the season. In that sense, it's been kind of convenient. If a crash can be convenient, this is probably convenient. So just to also reiterate from some past videos, all my damage was from my waist up. So I broke 7 ribs, scapula, dislocated a collarbone, bruised a lung, and had some internal bleeding. So obviously my legs and everything below my pelvis and so on were fine. So obviously it depends a little bit on what your situation is, what your circumstances are, but that's that's pretty my story. Now, setback. I did have a bit of a setback. So had an x-ray of my shoulder and a catch up with the doctor at the hospital, and he said, look, I've got a separation in the joint, subluxation I think he called it. So that's a bit of a downer. That's why I haven't been able to put weight onto my shoulders or anything like this. One of the things I noticed is it just wasn't getting better. The ribs were getting better. Initially sneezing was terrible, for example. Now I can sneeze with a little bit of discomfort. I can get out of bed easier. I can engage the core and all that stuff quite a lot better. So let me just turn around so you can actually see me. It's a bit dark still at the moment, this time of the morning. So that's one of the things I'd say if you're going through these things is if something's not progressing, get it checked out a bit earlier. I probably could have made that call earlier and had it checked out. The other thing is when I was talking to him on the phone, he mostly was talking about, get an x-ray done and we'll talk to the surgeon and we'll see what they say. And he didn't really offer any other options. So when I spoke to him, I asked him what about physiotherapy? Would that help? And he then said to me, well, actually, to be honest, a physiotherapist might be able to help you more than a surgeon. So just wait for these cars to go past. I'm always of the opinion that I'd far rather have physio than be under the knife. So sorry, the light's not fantastic at this time of the morning, is it? It's beautiful down here though, just on the coast, on the bay. Some folk walking around down here too, enjoying the early morning. I'm always of the opinion that would be better to have physio than to have surgery. So definitely keen on that. And I'll be contacting a physio. I also will be having the x-ray done, and I will be talking to the surgeon just to get a proper diagnosis of what's going on. There we are. And that'll be my next steps. Physically or exercise wise, I will continue to push through with the riding. Because all my injuries are fairly low or high on the body, I'll still get on the bike, go for rides, and get that stuff done. I'm going to try build up to about 4 or 5 rides this coming week, and I'm still doing lots of walking. The walking's been fantastic, and I'll stick to the gym and probably add in another session as well. That's my little update. I hope you find it useful, and I'll keep letting you know what's working and what's not working, so that if you're on the same journey, you can hopefully have some takeaways from that.